Mga balita naman sa labas ng bansa, Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg hinikayat ang mga dumalong leader ng iba't ibang bansa sa ginaganap na APEC Summit sa Peru na suportahan ang internet connectivity at pirmahan ang Connectivity Declaration na kung saan naglalayo namang magkaroon ng internet connection sa buong mundo sa taong 2020. Samantala sa South Korea naman po, libu-libong rallyista ang nagsasagawa ng demonstrasyon sa Seoul upang hilingin sa kanilang presidente na si Park Geun-hye na magbitiw na sa tungkulin sa gitna ng mga iskandalong nagdadawit sa kanya sa korupsyon. At sa India po naman, 6 na pong katao ang namatay at nasa 80 naman ang bilang ng mga nasugatan dahil sa nadiskaril na tren sa Northern Uttar Pradesh. At presidente po naman ng India nagpahatid ng pakikiramay sa mga namatayan dahil sa nasabing aksidente. Ang mga detalye ng report na ito, pakinggan mula kay Marita Muahe.
Hinikayat ni Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg ang mga world leaders sa International APEC Summit na ginaganap sa Peru na mag-invest sa internet connectivity. Malaki ang role na ginagampanan ng maganda at mabilis na koneksyon sa internet. Ayon kay Zuckerberg, nakakatulong ito na maialis ang mga komunidad sa kahirapan, na pagbubuti ang global health at ang edukasyon sa buong mundo. Nanawagan din ng FB CEO sa Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation leaders na pirmahan na ang Connectivity Declaration, isang inisyatiba na inihain niya sa United Nations noong nakaraang taon na naglalayong magkaroon ng internet connection sa buong mundo sa taong 2020. Kamakailan lamang ay marami ang pumuna sa Facebook dahil sa mga fake o maling balita at impormasyon na kumakalat sa pamamagitan ng Facebook. Marami ang nagrereklamo na walang ginagawa ang FB para mapigilan ito, lalo na sa role na ginampanan nito sa US election na itinanggi naman ni Zuckerberg. Pero dagdag nito, nakafocus ngayon ang kanilang kumpanya sa fake news issue. Noong nakarang buwan lamang ay nakipag-team up ang FB sa Twitter at 30 iba pang kumpanya upang pag-usapan ang tumataas na trending ng mga fake news sa social media. Mula naman sa South Korea, libu-libong South Koreans ang nagrally sa 4 na sunod-sunod na Sabado upang hilingin ang pagpapatalsik sa kanilang presidente na si Park Geun-hye. Ayon sa kapulisan, humigit kumulang sa 170,000 mga katao ang nakisa sa demonstrasyon sa Seoul na kapital ng South Korea. Ayon naman sa mga organizers, aabot sa 600,000 ang sumama sa kanila. Naging mapayapa naman ang rally. Nagtayo ng isang temporary stage ang mga ito upang maging sentro ng demonstrasyon. Sumisigaw ang mga rallyista ng Park Geun-hye resign, kasabay ng pagtataas ng kanilang mga banner na may ganito ring mensahe at pagsisindi ng mga kandila, pati na rin ang kanilang mga cellphones sa labas ng palasyo ng Pangulo. Hiniling ng mga South Koreans ang pagbaba sa pwesto ni Park matapos ang sunod-sunod na corruption scandal na nakaapekto sa kanyang administrasyon. Bumagsak din ang kanyang approval rating na ngayon ay nasa 5% na lamang. At sa India, 60 katao ang namatay habang 80 iba pa ang nasugatan sa isang Indian passenger train accident na naganap sa Northern Uttar Pradesh kaninang alas 9 ng umaga. Nadiskaril ang 14 na bago ng treno habang nagbibiyahe sa pagitan ng northeastern city ng Patna at ng central city ng Indore sa Pokrayan. May 65 kilometro sa timog ng Kanpur City ayon sa mga railway officials. 2 senior police officials sa Kanpur ang nagsabing 60 katawan na ang naialis nila at sinasabing marami pa ang naipit sa loob ng nasirang tren. Sinabi naman ni Suresh Prabhu, Railways Minister ng India, na iimbestigahan ng pamahalaan kung anong naging dahilan ng pagkakadiskarilang tren at papanagutin ang may sala. Nagpahatid naman ng pakikiramay sa pamilya ng mga nasawi ang Prime Minister ng India na si Narendra Modi. Para sa PTV News, Marita Muahe.
So we're building artificial intelligence that can go out and scan and flag content that might lead to violence, whether that's a person who might harm themselves or a terrorist who might harm other people. We've built tools like Safety Check that can help people know that their loved ones and the people they care about are safe in the middle of a disaster. So building technology and security that helps keep people safe, that helps people not have to go into the middle of these dangerous situations, that's a great thing to do. So these are some of the great things that I think that we should dare to do. Now, I'm optimistic about all this, but as an engineer, I'm also realistic about how hard it's going to be. We can work to give people a voice, but we also need to do our part to stop the spread of hate and violence and misinformation. We can build artificial intelligence to fight terrorism, but we also need to make sure that we protect people's privacy. And we can invest a lot more in curing all diseases for the future generations, but we need to understand what those trade-offs are for us today. But our generation can achieve all these things. And that starts with working on the one that ties all of them together, which is connectivity. In order to do all of these things, we first need to connect people. Connecting people means a few different things. It means compassion, helping people, helping to bring people together and realize that for all these things, we're all in them together. It means ideas, helping us learn faster and get exposure to people and cultures all over the world. And it means opportunity, opening everything the world has to offer to each and every one of us. Now, we know that connecting people and enabling a free flow of ideas and trade is the path to doing more great things and to creating the greatest overall prosperity. But as we're learning this year, in election after election, even as globalization might grow the overall pie of prosperity, it also creates inequality. It helps some people and it hurts others. And we can't afford to leave anyone behind. So we have a fundamental choice in how we choose to address this inequality. We can disconnect, risk less prosperity, and hope jobs we've lost come back. Or we can connect more, try to do more great things, try to work on even greater prosperity, and then work to aggressively share that prosperity with everyone. Now, look, I don't think that there's any question that the second path is better, but we need to acknowledge that it's also a lot harder. Right? Disconnecting is relatively easy, but connecting requires making big investments in infrastructure and generating the political will to make hard, long-term decisions. Right now, about 4 billion people in the world, more than half of the world, is not connected to the internet. And this is really important because research shows that for every 10 people who get online, about 1 person gets lifted out of poverty and almost 1 new job gets created. So if we can connect the 4 billion people who are unconnected, we can lift hundreds of millions of people out of poverty. According to the World Bank, for every 10% increase in connectivity, a developing country's GDP grows by up to 2%. So if you take a country that has half of its population connected, and you connect the other half, you can increase GDP by as much as 10 points. So connecting everyone will lead to dramatic economic growth and lifting millions, hundreds of millions of people out of poverty. And even more, connectivity enables all the other great things that we want to do as a society. So, think about this. If we want our children to have access to the best personalized learning tools and software, if we want our scientists to have access to all of the information and be able to collaborate with anyone around the world in order to cure all diseases, if we want to build the most powerful AI to help keep us safe, then first we need to connect people. Now, connectivity is just as important in developed countries. It enables trade, it helps us understand each other. A lot of the biggest problems that the world faces will require global solutions, and that means that in order to reach these solutions, we need to work together and connect more. So that is why I think we need to make connectivity and connectivity infrastructure a much higher priority on each of our agendas. Today, the world spends about $400 billion a year on connectivity infrastructure. And to put that in perspective, we spend about 16 times more on health. But actually, infrastructure investments are decreasing in a lot of places. Since the financial crisis, more than half of G20 countries have cut their infrastructure investment budgets. Now again, this level of investment might make sense if you believed that we were only going to be able to make incremental progress in growing economies and lifting people out of poverty and in education and in health. But once we realize that we can do great things, right, that we can give a personalized education to all children, that we can cure all diseases for future generations, and that connectivity is the key enabler to do those things, then I think that we should be making this a much higher priority on our agenda than it is today. So today, there are three main barriers that are preventing people from connecting, and we can fix them all. The first is availability, right? The idea is you might have a phone, but there's no network around you to connect to. That's about 1.5 billion people around the world.